What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the pre-order woes that I've suffered here today. Many of you have also suffered the same pre-order debacle, dilemma. Sony, once again, they're just specific enough, yet also vague enough to cause an absolute disaster. So what am I talking about? Talking about the 30th anniversary products that released today for pre-order. Yeah, I say today as if it was like a day. It wasn't even a day. It wasn't even half a day. It was bad. So this happens pretty much every time any kind of new, limited, special edition, anniversary, whatever item that you know is pre-order or it's available for pre-order from Sony. And really, to be fair, all these companies really just don't do a great job. But Sony is particularly frustrating because, like I said, they give you just enough information to keep you, on edge, and kind of pinpoint you, or not really like a pinpoint, but like point you in the general direction. But then leave out important details like time. Is it midnight? Is it noon? When is this going to happen? Is it 5 o'clock? What time? So nobody knows. Okay, so my day today started very early. I was up at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Got in the truck at 6 a.m., checked to see if anything was available, and it wasn't. I had a 7.5, 8-hour drive today, so I had to head home from South Carolina back to the Cincinnati area. Okay, so here we go. My day was loosely planned. I was going to check this stuff out a few times in the morning as I was driving, pulling over safely, getting gas, that kind of stuff. Check to see if there's any movement, So I don't see anything past 8 o'clock, so I think I'm good. I think, well, maybe it's going to be noon or something. I don't know. I got to get home. I got to get through the storms. The storms were coming in, wind and rain, and it was hysteria, right? It was crazy. Little did I know that this was all going to happen about 10 a.m., which is basically what happened. Once again, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Twisted Chris over on his channel, he was doing multiple live streams. I guess the guy took the freaking day off. I don't know. I got a regular job like everybody else. He does too, but I think he actually did take a day off. But a lot of us out there that have regular jobs, you can't keep up with this stuff. But you think at least you're going to have a few hour window to where you can at least, as long as you catch it, you're notified by somebody or something or some service or something, you'll eventually be able to get in on this and get something. Okay, so setting your expectations realistically was the number one thing. I knew that this PS5 Pro limited edition 30th anniversary was going to be super expensive, $1,000. And while it looked cool, I wasn't going to get it. I wasn't going to get it. I wasn't even going to try. I was going to look to see what the price was when it dropped. But beyond that, I wasn't going to even try to get one. I knew it was going to be damn near impossible anyway. Sure enough, that's exactly what happened. So following the recounting the story that Twisted Chris and others have said and shared, everything goes live at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm driving in my truck, have no idea what's going on because I think I'm in the clear till at least noon, maybe even 5 o'clock in the afternoon because nothing had happened in the morning. All hell breaks loose about 10. Everybody's stuck in waiting lines and queues and virtual stuff. Everything drops, including the PS5 Slim that we thought was going to actually come out in October, or was going to be available for pre-order in October. Turns out it was actually available for pre-order today. So that's great, huh? Nice. So all this was going on, and I had no idea. I pull over the truck about 12:30, going to get some gas, going to get some lunch, and sure enough, boom, I see stuff's available. So, of course, by this time, I'm frantically trying to catch up at the Chevron, filling up the truck as I'm scrolling through trying to figure out what's available, what's left, what's going on. I jump on over to Best Buy. I think, okay, I'm just going to get a controller. Okay, listen, it's 12:30. This thing has been, at the time, I didn't know how long it had been live for, so I'm just frantically trying to get this controller. 12:30, 2.5 hours from this thing going live, right? With all the stuff was available. I get stuck in queues, stuck in lines. This is at Best Buy. I finally get through Best Buy, input all my information, verify my account, only to find out that it's not available. I get out of that, I see it's available again, so I click on it again, I get back in the line. I do that 3 times. And then by the time I finally get through it the 3rd time, and it tells me it's not available, the listing actually changed on the website as not available. Didn't even get a controller. Now, this was disappointing. Go back to Best Buy and see that, of course, by this time, I was also waiting for this to happen. I go over to PlayStation Direct, nothing. I was able to see the controller and hit the cart button for the controller over at PlayStation Direct, and it wouldn't go into my cart. Then I had to look at the actual listing, the complete listing that focused just on that controller, and it said it wasn't available. Even though in the previous video or the previous menu, it said that it was. All very confusing, all very chaotic for sure. Yeah. Now, I do see that the PlayStation 5 Slim is coming soon. It's listed as coming soon on Best Buy's website. So that's going to eventually drop. I'm assuming that will go live with maybe new stock. And so maybe we'll have a chance to get something then. That's nice. Same thing with the controller. It's going to be the DualSense is going to be available. They're both listed as coming soon now, but that's where I kind of left it at. Disappointed. But of course, one quick trip over to eBay really kind of just drives this home, and disappointment just leads to absolute rage. The scammers, of course, were the first ones in line with their supercomputers based in nefarious parts of the globe, and they're snatching this stuff up left and right. And you can see that it's all over eBay now. $5,000, $6,000, $4,000. It's just insane. Now, my heart was never really set on the Pro, the limited edition. I wasn't into it. I really wasn't. I thought that it is what it is, but I'm not going to try to get that. Even at $1,000, to me, I just wasn't really into it. A Pro just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. The regular PS5 would have been just $5. But, it does just drive the point home that a lot of these things went to scammers, that they're just are scalpers, not scammers. They probably were scammers that became scalpers. That's how it works usually. the scalpers got them. And they're going to go on eBay, and I don't fault them for doing that, but I do fault the people that pay that money. No one should do that. Let them keep it. It's not worth it. At $1,000, it's questionable if that bundle was really worth it. Even though it was limited edition and all that stuff, maybe it was worth $1,000. At least you were getting an extra controller and a controller stand and all that. So maybe, but $1,000 was kind of a stretch. Do not pay these scalpers. Do not reward this bad behavior, But like I said, to each their own. If you want to do it, fine. I don't see the logic in it. Some people see this as an investment. Maybe they want to spend $5,000 to some rando, and you're just hoping that they're going to do, honor them, like they're going to stay true to their word and actually send you this thing when it comes in. Good luck to you. But I really blame Sony at the end of the day. Sony, like I said, they give you just enough information to kind of get everybody sort of, excited and stirred up. But then it just descends into chaos. So you got to be better at this. It's got to be much more targeted. If you're going to focus on the U.S., if we're going to be the target audience for this thing, it's got to be done in a reasonable time. Give us some notice. Pick a time and tell us what the time is. You knew the price. You told us about this a couple days before this happened, so just tell us the price. Tell us the price, the date and the time that everything's going to be ready, and maybe stagger some of the pre-orders so that everything doesn't happen at once and it's absolute mass chaos. Stagger this stuff, maybe do different waves, like a wave 1, a wave 2. It's a little bit insane to have this global worldwide launch always go down this same path where it's just crazy, it's mad, just insanity. And people that have regular jobs miss out on this stuff. We just do. Unless you took the day off, if you really work for a living, you can't have your cell phone when you're out on the line, in the factory, doing what you're doing. You just can't. If you're driving, you can't be constantly refreshing your websites shopping to try to catch this thing. It just doesn't work for regular people who have regular jobs and regular schedules. Even if you were going to set aside the money to make this purchase, it's just out of reach for most people. 10 a.m. on a Thursday? Why? Why do that? Nobody can prepare for this. It's just mass hysteria. It's just crazy. And at the end of the day, it's just unnecessary. It's just unnecessary. And I just don't like it. I don't like the whole process. It should be organized better in a way to give regular people a chance to actually get their hands on this stuff. But unfortunately, the scalpers and mismanagement win again. But anyway, let me know what you think about all this. What was the results of the day? Did you get anything? Were you able to get a controller? Are you one of those scalpers who are going to put this on eBay? Come on. Are you evil? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe you're just trying to make money like everybody else. But yeah, let me know what you think about it. I'm sad. I'm a little depressed. And I'm holding out hope that maybe I can snag something from Best Buy or Walmart or Amazon in October. But even then, who knows how this stuff's going to happen. But I guess I can always get a can of gray spray paint. Just maybe hit up the PS5 that I got. Anyway, thank you so much for stopping by, checking out the channel. You have a blessed day, and I'll see all of you next time.